This is going to be a really quick talk. How many people here have ever designed a circuit board? Okay, so a good chunk. This is, moving up from silicon to actual boards. And so I'm going to talk about this project that I did called Soundoff. Tim did mention a little bit about me, how I have worked on all these different hardware projects. You mentioned FOMO, which again, talk to Tim if you want to actually use those. Worked with the Novena open source laptop, the Be Trusted hardware project. So these are all hardware things. So I've decided that I really enjoy the hardware and doing silly boards. And I was on Discord with a friend who mentioned this. He had this really dumb idea. He basically has a Bluetooth speaker that he has connected to his PC, and it's powered through USB because which is kind of a dumb setup to begin with. But he said that he wants it such that when his PC turns off, he wants the speaker power to turn off. And you think about it, that should be an easy thing to do. Like, there's all sorts of ways you could do it. And I said, this seems like an easy project. I wonder how cheap could I get this? How quickly can I get this done? And there's really not too much to go on here. And so I basically designed this schematic. So you have your host here, you have the speakers here, there's a power cable, and there's some USB control. Like, there's not a lot here. There's really not a whole lot, but this thing doesn't currently exist. I mean, you could maybe throw an Arduino on it. But I wanted to do a board. So I spent maybe an hour and I came up with a schematic, something like this. If anybody here is looking for a small USB powered chip, I can recommend the STM32F042. This is the whole schematic, USB port here, port here, chip, digital relay, LDO. Like, this is really simple. One of the things you'll notice that is not on here is a crystal, and that's because this guy, which you can get for fairly cheaply, 90 cents, I think, something like that, doesn't need a crystal to actually do USB. It does USB full speed without a crystal, doing clock recovery. I really wish we had this on FOMO. That might be the kind of thing that you could do design for, because it saves so much cost by not having to put down a crystal and loading capacitors. So this is like an hour's worth of work. Then you do layout, which if you use KiCad can be fairly simple as well. Layout was only about an hour using existing design rules. Doing the 3D designs, because KiCad gives you a very nice 3D render. I was hoping that I would actually get this manufactured and have available today, but if you go to JLC PCB and actually upload this design, you could see $31 US for 2 pieces delivered here in Singapore. So if you want to do custom hardware and you can, the correct components to use, you use them from their basic parts library, and you do basic assembly, so no fancy things like a WS2812, just standard LEDs. You can get hardware delivered very cheaply. I got the cheap service, so it's taking 9 days to get here from when I push the order button. You can get it as quickly as 5 delivered here in Singapore for, again, very cheap. So really the point is, if you want to do custom hardware designs, we're very lucky in that things are very cheap to be able to do this now. You can come up with an idea and get it delivered in a week and a half from the point at which you put order to the point at which SF Express or DHL delivers it. And there's multiple companies you can go through. I talked about JLC a lot. I know Tim has been working with a lot of these companies to try and get them to hopefully support some of the chips that he's doing. JLC, PCBWay, Next PCB. There are lots of other companies, but the point being that hardware normally is hard, but with all of these companies, if you have an idea, you can actually get hardware in your hands very quickly and quickly iterate on it, and you don't have to spend a whole lot of money. So that's all. Thank you. Tim, question.
That was PCB parts and assembled?
Yes, so the question was, that was PCBs, parts and assembled. That was PCB assembly. Yes, $31 for the PCB, 5 pieces of the PCB, 2 pieces assembled, components shipped here in Singapore. So 0 assembly. It just shows up. I plug it in, program it with the software, and I'm good to go.